everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with the 10th layout using the December hip kit, and I'm down to like literally scraps. And so what I decided to do, I'm going to use some watercolor paper as my background, and mine is like 12 by 18, I think. It's quite large. So I'm just going to take my Martha Stewart ruler and I'm just going to cut down or mark down where the 12-inch ends, just because I want to make sure that I don't go beyond that. And now I'm just taking the distress stain that came in the kit, and I just wanted to do sort of a tone on tone pattern paper. I didn't have any pink left, and I wanted to do a pink tone pattern paper so that I could use up some of those flowers that I had cut apart from the Amy Tangerine pattern paper. I wanted to use the rest of those up because, like I said, I'm almost at the end of the layout, so I want to use those up. Plus, I did pull in some Heidi Swap Demistables that came in the kit, and I'm going to use quite a bit on here. Oh yeah, like 10 pieces on this, and seems to me there was, I don't know, was there over 100 pieces in that die cut pack? So there was a ton. It was, I have to say, it was difficult to use them all up, but I did it. Between this layout and the next layout, I finished that die cut pack. I think I found one after, and that's usually what happens, is that one gets stuck somewhere and then, under a piece of pattern paper or whatever the case may be, and then you're kind of left with it. But basically, you know what? That package is killed. So that feels pretty good. So what I did was I just took that distress stain. I kind of primed it at first, so it was going to be nice and lots of ink, juicy. And then I just kind of did a circle on the page, and then I kind of dried in between so that I would have different variants of color, because where it was the second time that I did the Passover with the distress stain, it just kind of gives you that deeper tone. So it's really cool. In person, I really love the way it looks. And then again, I just kind of primed it, and then because there was that strip that was left over on the side about 3 or 4 inches, and I just smashed it down on that, and then I did a few of those splatters on the layout. And this was a super quick layout for me. That's super quick. It was 46 minutes. And now this is where I'm taking some of the die cuts from the Heidi Swap Mistables, and I'm going to color in some of them with the pink distress ink and some of them with the blue distress ink. And then I'm going to take, I don't know if this is the one. No, I think this is just done with the distress ink. The next one I complemented, I think, with some ink pads. But for this one, it looks like I just used the distress stains themselves. And I had, before I got those two from Hip Kit, I had about 10 in my stash of those stains, and I had used them a couple of times, but nothing sort of major. And this is what I mean, that's what I like when I'm getting these kinds of things in my kits, because it's making me pull out some stuff that I already have in my stash and I'm kind of neglecting, and it's getting me to use it up. And I super love that. And then I kind of looked in the distress stains that I had, and I had started to buy a lot of the brown inks, and then I had, like I said, I have about 10, and so that makes 12 with this, or maybe this makes 14 with, anyway, I just it's just fun to kind of pull those out again. And then I did order I have to say I did order a few more just to sort of kind of have a bigger variety of colors. And so I can't wait for those to come in. Oh, and I did pull out my ink, and it's my favorite things from last month's, probably more than last month's kit. It was probably a few months ago, and it was an ink pad that came in, one of the hip kits, and I still bring it out because there's you can always use them, because it seems that from kit to kit to kit, the stuff coordinates. So this is what I did for this layout. I went and got one of my distress stains, and this one is blue jeans, I think. And I'm just going to ink the edges just to give it kind of a definition, just so that they pop off the page. And then once everything is I think I might have even glued them down first, and then I take a piece of paper towel or a wet one, a wet one, and I just ink the top, and it just makes that part that was made to resist really pops off the page. Now, some of the words that came in the kit was all together, best ever, and then a big ampersand and unforgettable. And when I was coloring them up, I didn't know where anything was going to go, and I didn't even know if everything was going to go on the page. So I just tried to take, so that half of it I colored in pink and the other half I colored in blue. And then once I started putting it on the page, I was like, oh, I wish I would have done the ampersand and the unforgivable in the blue. And I just end up changing the color here in a little bit, and it works out fine. So I mounted the photo on that black and white pattern paper, and then the Amy Tangerine stitch collection. And then the back side is the gray and white triangles. And then the bottom of that strip had, the branding strip was just blue, and it said hello love, and I just thought that was perfect, so I left it there. And then I had cut basically the leftover of the pattern paper with the stitch flowers, or they look like, not stitch flowers, it's from the stitch collection, and there's all these flowers, and they have lines and polka dots, and they're really pretty. And I had cut a bunch of them out just so that they'd be ready for a layout. So I'm going to put some at the top left and the bottom right of the layout. And then there was a tab that was from the Heidi Swap, and I stapled it, and I'm putting some foam tape in behind some of those flowers so that they kind of pop off the page. And then to the bottom left, I'm just going to put all together, and then eventually I'm going to put a puffy sticker that says that. So all that together. And I'm just talking about our meal. We just kind of put everything together in a tinfoil dinner, and we just eat it like that. And then now I'm going to take my distress stain, and I'm just inking the edges, and it's just, instead of matting it, that's what I wanted to do, instead of it looking like it was floating, and it worked out really cute. And now I took out my StazOn, and I just put love in the center of that camera, and that camera was a leftover from another layout that I didn't use, so I just used it on this layout. I just keep them around and end up using them. And this is where I decide to change the color, because this one was in pink and the ampersand was also in pink, and I just changed the color just because I found the pink blended in too much with the rest of the colors. And then I'm going to put it in the exact same spot, and a while ago those letters just kind of blended with the flowers, and now they're popping off, like you can actually read them, and I really like that. Then I go back to my stamp set, and I just want to use a couple of them just kind of to distress the background a little bit. And what I'm going to do is stamp it off on a piece of scrap paper. And then I do like the second, the third, and the fourth generation. And then that way it's not as bold on the page. And I had taken the word love, and then right underneath, so on the block, I put the two of them together, the word love, and then the little hearts underneath. So it looks like the little hearts are underlining the word love. So I really love that. And in that Heidi Swap package, there was quite a few of those little die cuts that were little arrows. And I'm going to put them, around the page. And now I'm looking at those puffy stickers, and I'm going to spread them out on the page too. So like I said, this is layout number 10. I ended up doing 11 layouts. So you'll see the 11th layout in a couple of days. And then over the weekend, I'm going to do a Killikit video. And I'm now ready. These layouts have been done for a week now, but I went back to work. And this time around, the only thing I got done during my 4-day rotation was voiceovers, just because I was just couldn't. So I did manage to get some voiceovers so I could put up some videos, but didn't get any layouts done. So now I have 3 days off. I go back to work on Monday, so I'm going to try and do a few layouts so that I can keep uploading every second day. And that's going to wrap up this layout. Like I said, super quick. And it's just nice to be able to finish off these kits that there's absolutely basically nothing left at the end. And here are a few close-ups. And if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, just to let YouTube know. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.